What's going on? Matt Savoca here from Awesemo.com, bringing you my top plays in the NBA on DraftKings for Saturday, April 2nd, 2022, the penultimate Saturday in the NBA regular season. And as I have on many of these Saturdays, I'm filling in for my buddy Josh Engelman. He will be back, of course, but we got to dig into this three-game slate. There are 2 games earlier, but the main slate focuses on this big 3-gamer with plenty of star power. Before we dig into this one, though, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so that you always know when we're going live. You guys know what to do. And if you could give me, Matt Savoca, a follow on Twitter at Draftaholic, that's always much appreciated as well. Also want to give a shout out to our presenting sponsor, No House Advantage. You see the ad on the bottom of the screen there. Use promo code Awesemo when you sign up to get up to a $25 first match deposit bonus. They are offering player props contests where you can beat your friends, not the house. All the big prizes and capabilities that you're used to. Download it on the App Store or play over at nohouseadvantage.com. Really a great place to play. Get into the action over there. Speaking of the action, here on the screen, you see my 10 through 6 of my top plays. And we started off with 2 very different players, each with a 26% chance of being in the optimal lineup. Max Strus is actually a game time decision. He's got a shoulder injury. He's listed as questionable right now, but if he does play, he is one of those sub 4K options. He's $3,800 in salary that can help you get to a superstar like Kevin Durant, who is $11K on this slate. Pretty pricey, but still a quarter of the time, still not pricey enough to get out of the optimal lineup. He shares that 10-9 spot with Strus. At number 8 and number 7, we've got Gallinari and Kyle Lowry, 2 players who should play plenty, but not quite in the optimal lineup as much as the Warriors' Draymond Green. They're going to need a ton from Draymond Green against the Utah Jazz, who have been struggling a little of late, but they're still a really strong, tough opponent here. Green's salary really enticing, $5,600 and a 30-point median projection gets him into the optimal lineup 28% of the time. Doesn't quite crack the top 5, however. Who does? Let's watch and find out. At number 5, it's the person who will be in the front court with Draymond Green for much of the game this Saturday. Rudy Gobert, the Utah big man, is $7,600 in salary with a median projection around Green's similar 40 points, but the ceiling is a little different here. I really think Gobert could get to 50, 55 points against a Golden State team that tends to struggle against big front courts here. Gobert could have a huge game on the board. That's what we're projecting here. Nearly 15 rebounds as a median projection. In fact, he's got more rebounds projected than points, and he's still got 14.5 points there projected for him. 33 minutes of playing time is about what he's averaged over his last 10 games. Optimal lineup percentage of nearly 30%. Gobert looks really solid. The number 5 play on this DraftKings slate. At number 4, the Atlanta superstar, Trae Young. A little bit of an injury scare this week, not really scaring us in terms of projecting how much playing time he'll have in this matchup against Brooklyn, who's at full strength. They have Kyrie and they have Durant, of course. 36 minutes is really what's fueling our solid projection here for Trae Young. Obviously, the $10,600 salary is not low, but it's lower than players like Durant, who he's sharing the court with. We've got a 52-point median projection. Absolutely absurd here. If the Hawks are going to win this one, it's because Trae Young carried them in all phases. A 30-point projection as well, 9.5 assists, 4 rebounds, 1.2 steals, even a 10% chance of a block for Trae Young. He's in the optimal lineup 31% of the time. Good enough for number 4. At number 3, backup point guard, technically, Jordan Poole for the Golden State Warriors will have to be the starter for the rest of the season because the Warriors have now ruled out Steph Curry for the remainder of the season. While still hopeful that he'll come back for a playoff push, Poole will continue to see huge minutes for this Golden State team that continues to look for a better seeding in the Western Conference. They're playing Utah today, as we've mentioned. 36 minutes is really important here because if he gets that much playing time and he gets the ball as much as he has been, then he's going to rack up production naturally here. 37 points is a median projection. Honestly, I'm a little disappointed by that, but we know the ceiling is there because he's going to shoot so often. 22.5 points right now is what we have for him as a projection. 3.8 rebounds, 5.0 assists, 1.0 steals. Won't complain about that. An 11% chance of scoring 50 or more points. He's in that optimal lineup exactly a third of the time. That's good enough for number 3. At number 2, the Awesemo projections taking a stand here, telling you to load up on stars from this Golden State-Utah matchup. Remember, one of the things fueling that is that Utah hasn't been as strong defensively this season, especially in their last 10 games. They're just 5-5 during that span, and they're well below average in defensive rating. That's very interesting here. Golden State as well has seen some variability. Could this actually be a high-scoring game rather than a low-scoring defensive slog, almost like a playoff slog like that? I don't think so. Donovan Mitchell has a 43-point median projection at 8,400 on DraftKings and hits 55 plus fantasy points in nearly 10% of our sims as well. Not really getting to 60, 65, but a 40 to 45 point game from Mitchell here in the fantasy production category seems very, very plausible, especially if he plays 35 plus minutes as we have him projected for. 5 assists, 4 rebounds, most importantly, over 26 points as a median projection. I don't think anyone in the backcourt of Golden State wants to slow down Donovan Mitchell. I don't think they're going to be very successful 34% of the time he's in that optimal lineup. Now, before I reveal my final play, my number 1 play on DraftKings for this Saturday slate, just want to remind you guys one more time, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so that you always know when we're going live. You guys know what to do. And if you guys can give me a follow on Twitter at Draftaholic, that's always much appreciated as well. Also want to give one more shout out to our presenting sponsor, No House Advantage, offering 100% peer-to-peer player props contests. They got over 500 player contests offered right now. Use promo code Awesemo. Get that first match deposit bonus up to $25. Download it in the App Store or play on nohouseadvantage.com and get started today. Okay, guys, let's reveal my number 1 play on DraftKings for this Saturday. And the number 1 player on DraftKings today, Zach LaVine. Is he the best real-life player on the slate? No, absolutely not. But at $7,400 in salary, he is the lowest salary access to realistic 50-point probability. Look at that, a 10% chance of scoring 51 fantasy points with a 38-point median projection, where the projections start to log jam on many slates. On this 3-gamer, not so much, but still, he can really separate himself from the pack because of the ceiling score that he's capable of having. Yes, he's going to see some Jimmy Butler. It could be tough here. And while the Bulls are not full strength entirely, I do think they keep this one close. Nearly 36 minutes as a median projection, over 24 points, over 4.5 assists, and over 4.5 rebounds, and exactly 4.5 assists, a 70% chance of a steal as well. LaVine can do it all. He very well may, and that ceiling probability is really what pushes him up for me. 34% is just ahead of Mitchell. Good enough for the number 1 player on DraftKings. And that is going to do it for my top plays on DraftKings in the NBA for Saturday, April 2nd, 2022. If you're looking for the FanDuel version of this video, it's around here somewhere on the channel. Go ahead and look for it. We will be back, and Josh will be back with these contenders videos today and every day in the NBA on the Awesemo YouTube channel. Until next time, I'm Matt Savoca. We'll see you guys later.